feels like it's gonna be cool. You go outside, it's hot.
I know. So we're going for these hip circles. So you're going 8 in one direction and then 8 in the other. Nice. And try to get as big of a circle as you can. You can always think about my hip goes to my left, it goes back, it goes to my right, and it goes forward, and then you can make a big circle. Nice. Good. Once you've done 8 and 8 of those, you're going to bring your feet together and your knees together, and you're going to make circles with these knees. Sorry about that noise. People are home today.
Can't hear it.
Okay, good. All right, so once you're done with the hips, you're going to the knees and you're going an 8 in one direction and 8 in the other. And you're going to make circles as big as you can where you don't feel any pain. Nice. Good. Perfect. All right, then you can find a wall and you're going to go to the ankle. So you're going to think about making circles with that big toe. So the movement is primarily happening in your ankle, and you're going to go around one direction for 8, and you're going to switch to the other direction for 8. Nice. Very nice. Good. Nice. All right, when you are both done with that, if you have a ball handy, you're going to go ahead and grab that ball and you're going to roll it under your feet for 30 seconds on each side. So let me see if I can locate a timer here. All right, so if you both have your ball, we're going to go 30 seconds under one foot. And you're rolling this, you can vary the pressure. You can roll it around anywhere that you would like. Nice. Good. Nice, and you can switch to the other side. So you're going to switch that ball to the other foot. And again, don't forget to vary the pressure to whatever feels good. And you can get creative with the feet. There's nowhere that's off limits. So this is sensory afferent. We're really warming up the feet here. Nice. You have 8 seconds left under that foot. Good. And you are at time. So today we're going to focus on the legs. So our first workout is we're actually going to use a wall, and I want to show you first and then we can do it together. So how we're going to do this is that I want to put my hands on the wall, but I want my feet to be a little further back. So I'm at an angle and I want my back to be very straight. So as I move, I want to keep my whole body straight. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift my heels off the ground and I'm going to lower them down slowly. I'm going to lift them off the ground and I'm going to lower them down slowly. And I want you to do that for 15 total repetitions. So 15 may be easier for you. It may be hard. You can take your time, do 5, take a little break, do 5. Where 15 is easy, you can go through all 15 right away. Nice. How's everyone feeling?
Fine.
Perfect. Nice work. When you're both at 15, let me know.
I'm done.
Perfect. All right, how did that feel for both of you on a scale of 0 to 10? How hard or easy was that? So 0, you could do this all day. 10, you're pushing the limits of what's possible.
5.
Yeah, about
Perfect.
6 or so, 7. Yeah.
Perfect. All right, good. I like that. So we want to keep these exercises today in a 4, 5, or 6, and that's an adaptation range. So that means that we know we're going to start making improvements in the body, but they're in a good range that forces our body to make those improvements. You might be a little sore tomorrow, but hopefully not too much. The next exercise I'm going to go over with you, and then we're going to talk about doing this together. So in this exercise, it's called a rear leg kickstand deadlift. The name's not as important as the movement. So for some people, balance is going to be an issue here. So if you have a wall next to you, or you have like a door frame that you can use, that might be the place to do it. So I'm going to show you it first, and then we can decide where we're going to go to do it. So with this exercise, I'm going to take a big step back with one foot. So if I were in a door frame right here, my hands could be here. You want to use your hips to hinge these hips back. So just like we've done before, you want to think about the hip going back a little bit. And then you're going to raise your hands in the air. If they're on a door frame, that's okay. You're just going to move your chest forward. You're going to pick up that back leg and put it back down. And you're going to do that 10 times. So this back leg doesn't really have any weight on it. Only the front leg does. So if you're worried about balance, the best place to do this is in a door frame. If you're not worried about balance, you can do this anywhere in the room. So a big step back with that foot. And then I want you to think about these hips coming back a little bit. So this knee is over your ankle. Reach those hands up, and you're going to pick that back leg up and tap it on the ground 10 times before coming back to a neutral position and doing the same thing on the other side. Nice. How does that feel?
My bad knee, I can't bend very much. So
Okay, on that
Yeah.
side that you have a bad knee, I really want you to focus on these hips. So the goal is not as much to bend your knee as it is to get these hips back to change the position of your knee. So it's like someone's poking me in the belt buckle and pushing me backwards. And that's going to feel better on your knee too.
all right, show me again.
Sure.
Because
So
it looks like,
I take a big step back here, right?
yeah.
And I could just bend into this knee, and there's going to be a decent amount of strain on my knee if I do that. Not bad and not harmful, but it's not going to feel good. If I instead, before I start, drive my hips back, so my hips need to come back, like someone's taking a stick and they're putting it in my belt buckle and forcing my hips back. That's going to change the position of your knee. So my hips are what's coming back.
Yeah, my left one I can do fine. My right one just can't bend.
No worries. All right, so the next exercise that we're going to do is we're going to do the step over and the step under. So we haven't done these in a while, so I'll go over them with you. But we're going to imagine we're stepping over an object. So I want you to think you're stepping over like a medium-sized boulder today in the woods. So using your imagination, you're going to step over the object. You need to make sure to step over it with both feet. A lot of times people will decide to drag that other foot with them, but if there's really an object there, you can't do that. So you're going to step over and over for 5 on each side. Nice. Try to do this as controlled as you can. So take your time with it. And each time you step, really think about being mindful. Can I really reach this leg over? Can I feel my weight shifting onto that leg? And then can I step over again? Nice. That looks great, Joe. And you're going for 5 on each side. How are you doing, Edie?
Fine.
Good. Perfect. So you're doing 5 on each side for those step overs. Do you guys have 2x4s at your house? Not that you need them today, but I'm wondering for our next class.
What for?
To do some balance work on them.
Yeah, I have a small one.
Okay, cool. We might use that in our next class. All right, we're not going to use this in this one. So the next exercise I want you to do is step under. So just like we stepped over a boulder, now I want you to imagine you're in a parking garage and you need to go under that little handle that raises up and down to get into the garage. So you're going to step underneath and then stand back up. Step underneath and stand back up. So you can make this as hard or as easy as you want. If you want to step over something that's pretty high, fine. If you feel like you really want to get low and step over something really low, then you can do that. I want to see 3 of these on each side. Nice. Everyone looks fantastic. Good. Nice. All right, cool. So we are going to go back to the top of that circuit again. So we're moving pretty quickly today. So feel free to grab some water. Nice. You guys are both doing really great. So we are going to go back to these heel raises again. So remember, you're raising your heel and you're lowering at half the speed you raised it up at. So I'm a little bit diagonal to the wall. I'm raising it and I'm going to lower it at half the speed that I raised it up at. And we're going to go for 10 to 15. So I want you to decide if you can do 15 and you're in a 5, 6, even a 7 range, great. If you feel like it's getting really, really hard, go for 10. Nice job. Nice.
Okay.
All right, perfect. Are you both done?
Mhm.
Okay, cool. All right, good. So now we're going to go back to that single rear leg deadlift. So Edie, I'm going to show you something really quick. On your good side, I want you to go ahead and do the exercise. When it's time for
Okay.
the other side, I want you to focus on just doing a deadlift. So you're going to stand with your hips about shoulder width apart. You're going to make sure your knees are soft. They're not locked out. They're soft. and you're going to drive these hips back until they can't go back any further, and then you're going to drive them forward. So be careful of using your chest to go towards the ground. That's not the exercise. These hips need to go back like you're trying to shut a car door with your butt, and then they need to come forward. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, good. And you look good, Joe. So you're going to take a big step back with one foot before you start. Yes, you're going to raise those hands overhead to counterbalance you. Try to bring those hips back as much as you can, which is going to bring your knee back. And then you're going to tap with that back foot 10 times. Nice. Everybody looks good. Nice. Nice work. These are hard.
They are hard.
They are very hard. They will strengthen you up very quickly. So if you feel like 10 is too hard, you can go for 6 or 8. You decide. Only you know how you feel.
Okay.
All right, good. So whenever you are done with those, you're going to go for 5 step overs, and then you're going to go for 3 step unders. And then we are going to take a relaxing little pause to do some work with the ball before we finish. So you're going to go for 5 of these step overs. And then when you're done with those, you're going to go for 3 total step unders. So not 3 on each side, just 3 total. But the step overs will be 5 on each side. Nice. Very nice. Good. Nice. All right, good. Everyone looks good. And 3 total step unders. Nice. Good work. All right, when you're both finished with that, you're going to grab your ball. I want you to find a wall, and you're going to try to utilize this ball on your back. So before we start, remember, it's important that you do not put this ball on your spine. So never put this ball on your spine. I want you to think about your back in 4 quadrants. This top shoulder blade part, avoiding the spine, is 1. The other side is 2. And the bottom are 3 and 4. So I want to try to get this ball in one of these upper quadrants on my back. And as long as I avoid my spine, I can vary the pressure and it should feel pretty good. You might find you want to move the ball down a little bit and you just roll it around on your shoulder blade and your back. Again, you're in control of this. So if it feels too intense, try to lighten up the pressure a little bit. And tell me how that feels, avoiding your spine. So if you want to switch sides, you have to take that ball out and move it to the other side. How does that feel for both of you?
Fine, yeah.
Does it feel good?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right, so this is a little trick that you can use to do some manual therapy on yourself. So it's desensitizing the muscle. It's helping you get into the back. So again, as long as you avoid the spine, you can go anywhere on that side. And as long as it feels good, if you're ever experiencing any pain or stiffness, you have a stiff neck, your lower back hurts, this ball can be a really useful tool to use on each side of your body to try to work some of those kinks out. So you might notice, depending on how your body responds to this, some of the areas are very tender. And again, you're in control of the pressure. So if you're finding it's too intense, you can back off of it. You can also use this on your glutes. So you can go all the way down to your glutes, which if your hamstrings and your glutes are tight is gonna feel good. So we're gonna do one whole side first. So you can move that ball down even lower if you want. You can put it on the top of your glute and see what that feels like, avoiding the spine, so avoiding the middle of the back. And then when you're ready, you can go ahead and switch it to the other side. How does it feel for you, Edie?
Fine.
Perfect. So if you're out in the garden and you notice you're feeling really sore or tired, this is a great exercise to help desensitize the muscle. It's never going to provide a long-term solution, but it can potentially be very, very helpful if your body's in a heightened state, you're experiencing pain or discomfort anywhere, or you just want to find a way to relax after doing something all day, even if it's sitting. You can go ahead and use this technique, and it feels pretty good. Nice. And so this ball is really useful. You can use this on the ground, which will put a lot more pressure on your back. Varying the pressure is going to change how this feels. And then you can use different kinds of balls. If you have a pinky ball, it's a little bit softer. Some people like to use a lacrosse ball, but it's pretty hard and it doesn't always feel as good. Nice work, everybody. You did it. So I would take whatever you can remember from today's workout and I'll send you the video. But if you don't want to watch the video, you just want to do it, take what you remember from it and do it again in 2 days. So that would be on Saturday and then again on Monday. And then we'll check in on Thursday.
Okay,
Cool. I hope you guys both have a good week.
thank you. You too.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jen, as always.
You're welcome. Nice
Bye,
work today.
Lizzie.
You both did great.
Bye.
Bye.